A city without any vehicles or roads. The world isn't a straight line. What are your thoughts? Do you think we're kidding with you? Apparently not. NEOM is a project which has been coming into focus recently and claims to change the world when it'll come into existence. Who knows what are the plans for the architecture, but this is about to happen. And many of us are excited to see what will the results be, right? So let's see what they're planning to change the world's picture. Let's start lurking. Well, plans are underway to construct NEOM, a smart city in Saudi Arabia that'll be unlike any other place on the planet Earth. In unveiling the plan, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman promised a car-free, streetless, carbon-neutral zone stretching along the country's 170 kilometers of the northwest coast. In a significant move away from an oil-based economy, the smart city will be run entirely on renewable energy. Construction on the line in NEOM has begun, and when completed, the city will be home to 9 million people who will live in interconnected societies governed by AI and meant to coexist with nature. This cutting-edge community will focus on walkability, clean energy and technology to establish a new way of life in response to the traffic, pollution, and infrastructural problems that plague traditional cities. Riyadh's chief executive officer, Nadmi Al-Nasser, made this pledge at Tuesday's Global AI Summit. He also indicated that NEOM's planning stage was fruitful and that progress was being made consistently. So NEOM, first shown by Prince Mohammed in 2017, is Saudi Arabia's crown jewel commercial and tourist complex along the Red Sea. In the 2030 vision, which lays out the kingdom's aspirations to diversify its economy, this endeavor has a prominent place. The $500 billion project will have smart towns and cities, ports and enterprise districts, research centers, academic institutions, entertainment venues, and tourist hubs. The development will span 26,500 square kilometers and consists of many zones including industrial and logistic hubs. The projected completion date is 2025. Among the proposed amenities is a system of airports, including a global hub. NEOM Bay Airport, located in Sharma's northern region, commenced business last year and provides regular flights for NEOM's investors and staff. Antoni Vives, NEOM's chief urban development officer, has predicted that one of the world's largest international airports will be completed by the year 2030. According to projections, the business and technology center will add $48 billion to the kingdom's GDP and generate 380,000 new employees. Starting in the first quarter of this year, construction will begin. Wherein lies its peculiarity? This new way of life is inspired by NEOM, which is built to solve some of the world's most serious problems in urban areas. To emphasize man's interdependence with nature, the city plans to maintain 95% of the area's natural habitat. NEOM will have a carbon-positive, emission-free ecosystem since all of its energy will be generated using renewable sources like the sun, the wind, and hydrogen. The project's backers claim that because of its emphasis on desalination, NEOM will become a regional water production and storage powerhouse. Innovation and market leadership in the water industry can be fueled by the introduction of high-tech, interoperable modular technologies. The water distribution system in NEOM will be fully interconnected thanks to cutting-edge facilities. As a result, NEOM will be at the cutting edge of water efficiency. David Reevely, CEO of Solar Water, claims that his cutting-edge desalination process produces no greenhouse gases and is completely sustainable. We believe we have discovered a partner in NEOM who shares our vision for a sustainable future. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, major urban developments have been centered on roads rather than the people who would live there. All of the city's important everyday services, including schools, medical clinics, recreation centers, and green spaces, will be within a 5-minute walk of each other, making walkability the defining characteristic of city life. All of NEOM can be reached within 20 minutes of any inhabitant using the many forms of high-speed transit available. Access to high-speed public transit services connecting all neighborhoods will improve an urban environment that prioritizes walking, cycling, and personal electric mobility devices. The construction of whom? Construction has already begun. CEO of NEOM, Nazmi Al-Nasser, stated this week that 5 to 6 projects for resort development within the city parallel with the line, with some resorts expected to open after 3 years. He claims that the spread of the COVID-19 virus has had no impact on the project's development so far, but the most difficult element is forming new international and domestic alliances. He also said that all projects' urban planning and development were well underway and that once the site plans were finished, more information would be released. Work on the line's construction kicked off in the first quarter of 2018. The line is one of the largest and most difficult infrastructure projects in the world, as contracts have been inked with construction firms AECOM and Bechtel to build cutting-edge transportation infrastructure. To speed up NEOM's digital plans, the company signed a contract with Saudi telecom company last year to set up a 5G network. In the United States, NEOM has joined forces with Aqua Power and Air Products to invest $5 billion in building the largest green hydrogen and green ammonia plant in the world. This facility is expected to begin operations in 2026. One of NEOM's goals is to revolutionize the method of water desalination, and solar water's technology will be a big aid in this regard. This will be a step forward addressing the issue of freshwater scarcity in Saudi Arabia. Where is the line in NEOM anyway? To further blend with nature, the line will have a reflective exterior. During his speech at the line's opening in July, Prince Mohammed emphasized the urgency of resolving the strain on metropolitan areas caused by the world's fast increasing population. Wind, solar, and hydrogen energy will all be used to make the line the first metropolis in the world to run entirely on green electricity. As a result, commute times are projected to double by 2050. Rising carbon dioxide emissions and sea levels will force 1 billion people to evacuate by 2050, he predicted. 90% of the population, he stated, was exposed to toxic air. Why should we put environmental preservation at odds with progress? So why do 7 million people lose their lives to pollution every year? Why do we accept 1 million annual fatalities due to roadway mishaps? Why, he asked, should we let ourselves waste precious years of our lives on the daily commute? In addition to being the first vertical metropolis in the world, the line will also have zero gravity. The idea of layering city operations vertically, Prince Mohammed explained, gives individuals the ability to move fluidly in 3 dimensions to access them. With the new hyper train line, getting about the city will be much easier. Clean energy will be used to generate electricity for the rail line. Excavators can be seen constructing a vast trench in the desert in the recent drone footage of the line published by OT Sky drone firm, indicating that building on the mega project has begun. In Saudi Arabia, how do people feel about NEOM? One Riyadh-based Saudi IT expert, Hamid Al-Qasim, remarked that he had thought NEOM was the most fantastic thing upon first hearing about it in 2017. I couldn't believe Saudi Arabia was going to do this, let alone be the first. Layan Baker, a Saudi wellness expert in Jeddah, said she found the magnitude of the project inspiring. It's the boldest, most audacious concept to come out of not just the kingdom, but this decade, she remarked. A modern period where man and nature may coexist and develop in harmony is being led by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who has been the torchbearer of his beliefs. According to Rawan Ahmed, a Saudi entrepreneur based on the southwestern port city of Jazan, the fact that the kingdom is at the center of such innovation may come as a surprise to the rest of the globe. We've never been this excited before. It's a tremendous moment in history for us, she remarked. It further instills the feeling of national pride, all owing to the vision of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman under the direction of King Salman. While it's expected to be completed, as the Crown Prince had announced in July that NEOM would be partly financed through an IPO plan in 2024. Half of the estimated $319 billion needed to complete the first phase of the metropolis would come from the Public Investment Fund, the sovereign wealth fund of Saudi Arabian government. It is anticipated that the economic zone that would house 9 million people by 2030 will have the capacity of 450,000 by 2026, and for 1.5 to 2 million by 2030. By 2045, it'll have provided homes for 9 million people. That's what we have for this video today. What do you feel about this mega project? Will it be able to change the picture of the world? Do let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.